Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Tuesday. So I'm just out riding the Dyna today. As you have already seen, you should have seen our latest video we just posted, me and a couple buddies. We ran up to Gettysburg and we just drove nearly 600 miles round trip just to go to a bike night. So yeah, we don't care. We'll ride anywhere, anytime, any place. I like to put miles down, and that was a nice little 24-hour trip. Had a good time up there. So it was a good bike night. Started out at Battlefield Harley-Davidson, did a ride over to Bourbon Mill, and then they had live music and tattoo artists and bonfire. It was a good time. So I'm just out cruising today on the Dyna. I hadn't rode her in about 4 or 5 days, and yesterday poured down rain here, and work when I got back has been slammed for a couple days. So tonight, got done with work. I'm going to meet Tina for dinner in a little bit, and I'm just going to just took the bike out for about an hour and a half, and as you can see now, I'm out here in Buchanan, Virginia, on Route 11. I'm getting ready to turn up 43, which will be a fun little road. And we're going to twist around there for about 4 or 5 miles and come out on the Blue Ridge Parkway. And we're going to run the parkway back over the hill, over the mountain there, a little ways. And come back out to Roanoke. And hopefully tomorrow afternoon the Deluxe will come home. It's had its fishtail exhaust installed. It has had the Power Vision tune put on, and it has also had a new fuel pump installed because, well, the fuel pump went out 3 weeks ago from this past Thursday when I was leaving bike night, and that was one of the few times I had to put my bike on the trailer, of course, because I don't like to put it on a trailer otherwise. So that was disappointing, but at the same time, that was a 2009. I had it for about 2 weeks when the fuel pump went out, but when I picked it up, it had 770 miles. So somebody just bought it and just pretty much sat it. So I'm not surprised. I mean, these are parts that, God, there is a lot of loose gravel in this road, so I might have to slow down. It wasn't like this last time I was here. But I'm not surprised that parts like that fail, because quite honestly, if you drove it for 17 years, chances are you probably would have had that, and who knows what else would have went out on it. And you can't tell the fuel pump's going bad until it stops working. Yeah, so it's gotten a new fuel pump installed finally. It took a while to get the part in, and then the dealer, of course, has just been so busy. But I am shopping for bars now. That'll be my next and probably final piece to the puzzle for a while, unless down the road I change out the wheels. I have considered going to maybe a 50 or an 80 spoke wheel. But I'll be honest, I kind of like the old school look too. So the old school spokes that are on there now, I like. So I'm not totally oblivious to just running that for a while and being happy with it. So yeah, so it'll probably stay that way for a bit, because I've got other stuff coming up and trips and whatnot. And I'll just keep my money. I've done all the upgrades I need for now on all the bikes, and probably just keep my money in my pocket and save it for the vacations and for the trips that I got planned. So it's a little tricky coming through here on the Dyna because it sits so low to the ground. I dragged the pegs right there, if you can see it. I dragged that down here, and I have contemplated taking those off, but I actually enjoy the comfort of having them there with my size 13 foot. So it's a lot nicer to have it than to not have it. So it's just easier just on curves like this where it's banked, just to slow down a little bit, take it at an easier pace, still enjoy the ride. I don't believe I've had the Dyna on this road. I've had both of the other bikes up here, quite a few, but I don't believe I've run the Dyna on this stretch of 43. because, well, I just was enjoying riding the heck out of that Softail Deluxe for a while when I first got it. So I'm looking forward to getting it back and putting the miles down on it again. The goal this year is to put down 25,000 miles on all of my bikes total. And between those long trips and a couple other trips I got planned, I think I can get there. If I can get to 20, I'll be perfectly happy, but I'm gonna set a lofty goal and hope for the best. So, but we're just about out of this. We're on the 43. We'll be up on the Parkway here in a few minutes. But if you guys are ever in the Roanoke area and you want to ride, send me a message on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram as well as M. Brookman, BROOKMANJR, M. Brookman Jr. Send me an invite out there and let's chat and let's get together and ride. I'm always down to meeting new people, riding with new people, and now we're officially on the Parkway. But riding with meeting new people and having a good time and showing you guys our area, just like I hope you guys will do the same for us. Ricardo, music off. Sometimes you turn the music off and just take it all in. I love the Parkway. There's a lot of great places to ride in this territory, but the Parkway, never get tired of looking at it. And being so close to the house, within 20 minutes I can be on the Parkway in 3 different places. So pull over here, get your little pictures and stuff. The mountains have started to green up, which makes this even prettier. The only time this area is prettier than this right now is in the fall, when these mountains and these leaves are all turning orange and burgundy and yellow. That's the only other time you are going to find the splendor of this place any better than what you see right now. There's something to be said for the lush green as well. It's beautiful. It's windy up here today. I'm kind of glad I waited today to ride anyway, because I had a phone problem. Sunday morning I woke up and my phone wasn't charged. It was like at 4%. It had been charging all night, or so I thought. And thought it was a cable, thought it was a port. Charged it on the bike coming home, couldn't get it to work. And come to find out the port had gone bad. I picked up a MagSafe because I had left my MagSafe portable charger at home. I don't travel with it a lot, but it's a good opportunity to remind myself why I should. So had no charge or nothing. And it was that was fun. The last 2 days I have been I'm smoking over, but I have been sitting basically on a MagSafe charger and trying to keep it charged wirelessly. A little slopey there, short leg problems. But been trying to keep a charge on my phone because I kind of need it for work. It's kind of important. So, it's the new one come today, but we're on the way back from Gettysburg and the phone went out. It stopped. It just died. There was nothing I could do about it, and we couldn't keep a battery on it. So last year, before I went to Sturgis, I actually bought the Harley GPS app, or whatever you call that thing. I mean, I know it's $300 and some, but was going cross country, so I needed to make sure that I had a backup plan in case we lost GPS. And it paid off. When I was in Wyoming, leaving Devil's Tower, had no GPS to get out of there. Hadn't done the Ride Planner app. I've been playing with that more and more lately. But at the time, I didn't have anything pre-mapped out. But I was able to use the ride plan navigation, Harley navigation. I was able to use that and map myself out of there because I didn't need that GPS signal. And it probably saved my butt a little bit. So pretty happy about that. And we'll come over here and show you a little bit on this side, and then I'm gonna ride on. But you're right here at the Peaks of Otter area. And but I had that Ride Planner app, and that's the only time I really used it. It bailed my butt out. Well, this past weekend, yeah, the other guys had their GPS, but I was leading, and I said, well, as long as I can get this working, let me just keep it. And I wanted to try it. It's a good way to practice for what I'm probably going to end up needing to do anyway. Because this summer, I'm going to be on an 8 or 9 day trip by myself before I meet up with Tina in Rapid City to pick her up at the airport. And, well, it's good to have a backup plan. And I will tell you, this past weekend, it worked flawlessly. I was able to map us home. No issues. Everything worked great. And so make sure, the word of thing here is that I've had to use it twice with either a GPS and in this case a phone issue. So my advice and lesson that I learned is a couple things. Have your mag safe. Always have a backup battery pack because you just never know. The beautiful thing about the iPhones, and I think a lot of the Droids have this feature as well, obviously some form of wireless charging, is that sometimes ports get dirty. You see my phone sitting here, the port's down here, and they get dirt in them, and I do have a case for it to cover it up when it rains. I did not do that when we got caught in the rain going to Gettysburg. Don't know if I got debris up in there or whatnot, but we tried to clean it. I even took it to Verizon on Sunday, and they tried to do some stuff with it to clean it up a little better, and it didn't matter. So the MagSafe allowed me to get charged, stay connected. And the other thing is, if you have a touring motorcycle, it is worth every penny of the $300 and some. You're only going to pay it, I think it's good for 3 years, but it is worth every penny to have that as your backup plan. Now, something else that was pretty neat is just like in the old Harley navigations on the older touring bikes with the smaller screens, you could pick a dealer or a gas station, and you could use that to find, hey, I want to go to the dealer, I need a part, I just want to go to the dealer, I want to check out a new dealer, I want to see it be at a poker chip like I do. And or, hey man, I need gas and I'm in the middle of New Mexico or something, right, which is where I'm going to end up being a little bit this summer. I need to know where the gas station is, right? So in this case, it helped you a lot because I was able to find a gas station at one point when we needed it. I was able to also find a Harley dealer. We were actually looking to make a stop at another dealer because we needed to get our rain suits on, and we said, well, there's a dealer in this area. Where is it? We knew it was. We hadn't been there. It was off of 81 up in Pennsylvania at M&S Harley Davidson. And we walked in there, and we were able to get some rain gear on and hang out and get a stretch our legs. We'd been running about 130 miles straight at that point, and we were tired, so it's a little stiff, I should say. I wasn't necessarily tired, but we're a little stiff. We're old people. But so we stopped, stretch our legs, put on the rain gear, get out. Starts pouring down rain as we're riding to Gettysburg. And then we get to Gettysburg and it clears up, so that was beautiful. Well, we just rode through it. So, but all of those things are great things to keep in mind. So I know I'm babbling, and I'll try to make this video a little cleaner for you. But something to think about when you're traveling. If you have any other traveling tips, traveling solo, by all means, let me know. Put it in the comments down below. on this video. I'd love to hear your advice. I've never gone cross country by myself. This will be a first, so I'm looking forward to it. Hard to see in that blind shadow there. Whenever I'm out in the parkway, I'm always worried about some animal in those shadows. All right, we are about on the tail end of the parkway where I'm going to have to turn here. It looks like the parkway is still closed. I pulled it up on the map so I could see it. I was told that we're about to open it in the past week, but maybe it's not for another week or two. It's been closed for a long time. There's a stretch that I don't know how many miles, 5 or 10 miles maybe, that's closed, where they've been doing some road work, which kind of seems like the norm around the parkway these days. I was kind of hoping it was open, but it looks like I'm going to have to take the detour. Park, yep, still closed. 6 mile stretch. There's the answer to what I was saying a second ago. Yeah, Then I have to hop down here on 460 and run up to Pokey Joe's, grab some dinner. Probably gonna have me a few garage beers along the way. It's gotten cold and it's shady all through here now with all these trees back up, and I really did a poor job taking precautions and planning what I needed to do to ride out here. Normally I wear a jacket and then I get hot and I take it off. On the road glide I would have had it, but I just didn't want to. There's somebody wandering around the road here. At least they're hiking. But anyway, we'll get down here on 460. Won't be nothing to look at, but we'll talk to you here in just a second. All right, good evening. So as you saw, I took off on a little pre-dinner ride out on the Blue Ridge Parkway on the beautiful 03 Dyna wide glide, and had a good little ride. Got to get away for about an hour and a half, and then I did indeed meet Tina at dinner. There was nothing for us to really film there, and it was pretty loud tonight in the restaurant, so it was kind of difficult to probably hear us anyway. So we had a good time enjoying each other's company, and so look forward to doing the next one. I think Tina's starting to get out a little bit post-dinner rides at times when she can. She likes to kind of clear her head as well, but she loves to walk, so she'll take off and walk while I go riding, and then we'll meet up for dinner, and then we'll come home. So kind of at least once a week that tends to happen. But anyway, we are getting ready here soon, in about a week or so, heading to Tuscaloosa to visit Tina's kids, my stepkids, and so my plan is to try to take the road glide, and rain, sleep, shine, well, maybe not sleep, but rain or shine, I'm planning on taking that bike because my mindset is this summer, in about 2 months, I'm taking cross country, and I'm not going to be at the liberty to say, the weather's not so good, let's just stay home. And I've rode a lot in the rain, but you got to keep doing it. You almost have to be intentional with your rain suit, your rain gear, everything, and be intentional on making sure you're practicing and getting used to it. Don't just avoid the rain. So maybe if I get lucky, and I know that doesn't sound positive, but if I get lucky, we'll hit a significant, decent amount of rain going to Tuscaloosa or coming home that weekend here in a couple weeks, and I'll be able to report about it. So don't be shy of the rain. You can do it. We've all done it. Just make sure your bike and your tires and everything's in good shape, and you've got good quality rain gear. Don't buy the crap that's out there that you can buy cheap online. It will not last, and if it does last, you're only going to get 1 or 2 uses out of it. You're going to replace it for another cheap set, and before you know it, you just should have bought the high-quality stuff to begin with. I love my Harley-Davidson rain suit. It has never let me down. I have never gotten wet on the inside of my rain suit. And there's some other reputable brands out there that are just as good, maybe at times more expensive. But anyway, that's it for tonight. We'll see you on the next one.